Yo, what's good, guys? Drone Theory here. So today's like my 2-hour shift of YouTube. If you haven't seen all my shorts recently, I've been making all this in one day. I have my Uzi plushie here. We have Uzi on the screen, and guess what? It's Uzi from Murder Drones character review time. Next episode's gonna be Sin. That's gonna wrap up this series, to be honest, since she's the last character to review mainly. So let's dive right in. But before that, like, subscribe, and hype the video if you want to. It would really help the channel, and buy some merch. Link in the channel description. Also, only 1.3% of my viewers are subscribed, and that's actually a fact. But anyways, let's get into it. So, Uzi is a character that starts off in the pilot. Well, here I'll say the format again. We gotta review what she did in every episode, what I think of her, and what the fan base thinks of her mainly. And then, does she need more screen time in development? Is our last, question for her. Okay, in episode 1, she wanted to save the colony by going out with her new railgun to get the last part she needs from the murder drone's lair. She shoots a murder drone's head off, and then a murder drone gets into the bunker and kills a bunch of people because she didn't run fast enough, I guess. All 3 murder drones break in. She saves one of them, named In. They fight and they save the colony before leaving the bunker. She is the main character of the show, so she has a bigger role than this, but this is the important stuff she did. And she gets in to be rebellious, kind of. Episode 2. She's going on her psycho god complex as something called the Absolute Silver begins to infect her, glitching her eye. She gets taunted by V before breaking a mirror with her silver. So, her, In, and Thad team up, leaving V chained back up at the space pod. They team up and go back to the bunker. They investigate and they find Eldridge J as she begins to have daddy issues. Yeah, her dad, abandoned her in the first episode, I forgot to mention that. But now she's really seen the consequences of that this episode. They managed to beat Eldridge J in a fight after they find out what's murdering everyone. And, yay, the characters are safe, as Thad ran away and he's safe. Yay. But this ain't the Thad review. So, In and her have a little disgruntlement. Uzi gets scared of him, and In thinks he's dangerous to her. In leaves through the vents as Khan watches, and Uzi hugs him, wanting Khan to be in her life after leaving her to die in episode 1. And that's it. Episode 3. She gets forced to go to prom by her dad as he chaperones. She goes with Doll and Lizzie, going to the bathroom and hearing their master murder plan to lure V in so Doll can kill her, killing some drones in the process. Uzi obviously can't let this slide as her solver begins to glitch and break more mirrors every second. She uses the discarded mirrors from Doll's bathroom to build a staircase and escape Doll's bathroom into the outside. She meets up and In, and they have a little heart-to-heart before apologizing as Uzi develops a crush. They go to prom, managing to stop Doll and save V from Doll, and stop V's murder plan in the process. So, yay. Good for Uzi. Uzi's solver activates at the end after Doll shoots a bullet at her. Very interesting. Episode 4, her, In, and V go to a camp. She goes on a solo mission to investigate cabins and stuff looking for Doll. She finds some notes about the cabin fever labs, but that's in a dead drone, test subject. That's it. She gets mocked by V, saying she'll kill her, as Uzi masterfully uses her solver this episode. Then she goes solver crazy from lack of oil, basically. She grows wings and a tail, and then she begins to kill drones around the camp. In and V fight over whether they want to kill Uzi or not. As In goes off to find Uzi, he does not find her. Mainly, we're going to focus on V, because she meets up with Uzi first. After Uzi kills people, she tries to kill Lizzie before V steps in and knocks Uzi throughout the trees. Uzi and V have a little fight before In comes in, stopping Solver Uzi and throwing her in the sky. In catches up to Uzi after giving V a kind of a threat, a little bit of a warning, telling her to stop, antagonizing her. So basically, In catches up to Solver Uzi as she regains control in the sky, trying to figure out how to fly, because only her Solver form knew how. She doesn't know how, specifically. So In catches up, and they have a heart-to-heart. They crash to the ground, In catches Uzi, and they all get on the bus safely. But now Uzi can melt from the sun like a disassembler. Episode 5, Uzi hacks into In and V's memories, restoring them because she needs to know what the Solver's about, and the Solver's trying to erase them. She takes the form of a crow in the flashbacks, helping In get to the basement. They all wake up and she gets a chainsaw pulled on her by V as they meet up with Tessa and Jay. Or what we believe to be Tessa in this episode. Episode 6. Uzi begins to experience terrible things caused by sin. Yes, the Solver. Begins to corrupt her as they explore the cabin fever labs and get kidnapped by Alice and Bo. Tessa and In are the main focus of this episode, kinda, to be honest, and V. Uzi just sits chained up as her Solver begins to glitch out and Sin infects her. They all get on the elevator as Sin takes more control of Uzi, and they all fall to the cabin fever labs after V's epic sacrifice. Episode 7, Uzi can tell In is lying to her when he says, "We're not going to hurt you." And this causes her to, freak out and go on her own path. She finds the truth about her mom and gets possessed by the Solver fighting In, before regaining control and the two hug. As Sin/Tessa reveals herself to be the Solver. Yay. Sin begins to attack them, beating them pretty bad, to be honest, as they get pulled into a flesh hole for the end of Copper 9. Uzi sacrifices herself, giving In the keys that Jay dropped, and telling him, "Go." As she falls in the pit, biting her arm and crossing her legs and arms, going out in her own style. She wakes up floating in space. Episode 8, In saves her. The two have a little disgruntlement, but it's fine. They love each other. And then they manage to team up, find that V's alive after getting chased by Sin a lot and getting beat pretty bad again. They manage to team up and fight Sin and Jay as she beats Sin, consuming her essence. The Solver now lurks in her, and Uzi says we should have stayed behind the old doors after all. But still closing Con out. And now she has 2 Solvers. In the music video, yes, I have to review that as well. Sin is the main problem in her tale, causing a zombie virus that her and V have to stop, even infecting Thad and Lizzie. Conanoy, there's not much for Conanoy except for In's little arc in this music video, which is getting acceptance from them. Uzi just helps fight alongside them, and that's kind of all she does. Do I personally like her? She's a 10 out of 10 character. She's actually my top 3 favorites. I think it's Uzi, Sin, Doll. That's my top 3. So, did she need more screen time and development? Absolutely not. She's a perfect character. She's not perfect, obviously. There's still flaws in her, but, her being cringe to some viewers. But, still there. She doesn't need more screen time. Absolutely not. And the fandom receives her pretty positively for the most part. That's the end of this short analysis video. So I really hope you guys enjoyed, and hey, it's just a theory. A drone theory. I haven't said that in a while.